I'm Andrew Mindham. Alongside me with Coach Leipold. We're here for Warhawk Sports Edition this week. And Coach, you are 3-0 and coming off of two huge wins over Buffalo State University and Waldorf College. What are you liking most about how the team's playing right now?
Well, Andrew, I think there's a lot of things that we've been able to do here in the last couple of weeks, and from our first game against Washington University, and kind of define ourselves a little bit more on the offensive side of the ball. We're young in the offensive line, and I think a lot of people have kind of aware of those things, but it's the steps that we've been able to do and play a lot of kids and a lot of young men in these first couple games that have allowed us to build some depth along the way on both sides of the ball.
And you bring up the offense, and that's exactly where I was going to go right to, is what was said or done to get this kind of play out of your offense after the slow start in week one against St. Louis?
Well, I think there's a lot of transition going on that side of the ball from a year ago. Last year we didn't have a lot of explosive plays and some things, and we've had to take a look at ourselves and how we've kind of transformed over the last maybe 2 seasons. And we've got a lot of new offensive coaches right now. Everyone on the offensive side is coaching at either a new position or is new in our program. So it's taken us a little bit of time through fall camp to find our identity and the best ways to use our personnel, and I think we've been finding ways to do so. And again, once you get a game under your belt, I think some things are defined a little bit more, and guys gain confidence in what they're doing, and I think that's allowed us to grow here the last couple weeks.
You bring up the big playmakers, and I want to speak specifically to the running game, and you're used to having a guy like Lavelle Coppage gain all those yards, get all those big plays. But on Saturday, you had 5 running backs rush for 6 different touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Speak to that.
No, I guess the biggest thing, I'm sorry to cut you off again, but it was, I think it's going to be a different type of animal this year for us in the backfield. We've talked about that. We've been very, very blessed here, with a Justin Beaver and his career, and then followed by Lavelle Coppage and even the Antoine Andersons and people like that. And we've been very productive with 1 or 2 guys. We're very talented at the running back position. We feel confident in what we have there, but nobody has really fully pulled ahead of one or the other. So we're going to use a lot of different backs at different times, and Andy Kolnicki, our offensive coordinator, has done a great job of utilizing different personnel groupings, and that's what you're going to see is different guys at different times.
Does it make it hard as a coach to decide when to play players when you have so many of them to play?
There is, and that's the same thing a little bit at the receiver spot. There's a lot of depth there and a lot of quality guys and guys that have confidence in their abilities that they could be productive. So Tom Karthauser's our running back coach, and that's part of the evaluation of how guys practice throughout the week, if they're locked in on assignments, but also there's certain runs that certain guys can execute and different things. So we're going to try to, that'll be a balancing act. We really will, and that'll be tough, and to get guys all the touches that we think they can get. But again, it's a good problem to have.
Also on Saturday, given the fact that you had such a big lead going into halftime, you were able to get a look at a lot of young and up-and-coming talent. Who took advantage, in your eyes, most of the playing time on Saturday in the second half?
Well, I think one that on the offensive side, I think, would be, I think later in the game, Booker Ross did some good things at running back. I think it was great for us to get Chris Nelson a whole second half on under center at quarterback. Those are some that jumped out to us on the offensive side. Defensively, we rolled a lot of people in, so there's probably, I don't know if there's one that really stood out, but again, when the coaches gave me the grades to see all these different names out there that came, I think it was definitely a confidence builder there of what we're doing. So we were able to rotate multiple guys in the defensive line. Our young linebackers, we've got that experienced group of 5 senior linebackers, but a Ricky Valadez and a Spencer Jock are a couple guys that are in the linebacker core that got some extra snaps too that are going to be vital not only for this year but for the future.
Well, the team's definitely rolling right now, and you have conference play starting next week up in La Crosse. What improvements, if any, do you guys need to work on this week as you guys are getting ready to head into conference play?
Well, there's plenty to clean up yet, Andrew. I said that's what keeps us employed, I guess. But, our technique needs to get better, our consistency in some areas of what we're doing I thought Matt Barrett is playing well at quarterback, but, there's some ball placement and some things like that to give our playmakers an opportunity. So there's a lot of little things that we need to clean up. La Crosse is a good football team. They've played an excellent non-conference schedule. And they want to start this second season for them as far as conference play goes on a positive note. So we're going to get their best shot yet.
All right, well, we wish you good luck next week up in lacrosse, and that will do it for this week's edition of Inside Warhawk Football. I'm Andrew Mindham, again once with Lance Leipold. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.